Good morning. It is 7:30 in the morning. Estimate wait time is 2 to 8. We are doing earn by time on DoorDash and cherry picking on Uber Eats as usual. It's a Saturday morning. Last week I made $210. I'm gonna try and beat that this week. We are only $317 away from our goal, so we're good. Let's get this day started. Alright, we got our first order. Of course, as soon as it starts raining. McDonald's, going 4.8 miles. Let's go do it. That's all picked up. Says, leave inside garage door by inside door. Okay. 10 minutes, 4.45 miles to the drop off. I know who this is. This is that elderly lady. It's all good. We're getting ready to pull into her driveway now. She lives right around this bend. First house. Is it the first house? Of course, there's no addresses. Yep, it's the first house. Open sesame. Let's go drop it off. Alright, that was a $2.25 tip. 10 to 20 estimate wait time. Uber, time to wake up. Wakey wakey. Since 10 to 20, I'll top. Never mind. 15. I get $15 active hours. 2.8 miles. Surf bagel. Guess we're gonna surf bagel instead. Guessing up. It's probably not right, but let's see. It was ready. Yay. Alright, 3 minutes, 1 mile. Let's go drop it off. Leave it door. Alright, $3 tip. 3 to 11. Like we're headed back to Surf Bagel. Jabu! You know the drill. Let's see if it's ready. 14 minutes, 5.22 miles. So last night after I finished my dash, they asked me to do that stupid little survey they do every once in a while. The questions were, how do you feel, what was your experience about the pay? Do you feel it's fair? No, you pay us $2 per order. That's not fair. Do you think DoorDash cares about dashers? Strongly agree, strongly disagree. I had to be honest. I strongly disagree. Because they care about the money. They don't care about the dashers at all. If they did, they would pay more than $2. I just thought it was funny. Like they're asking dashers, oh, how do you feel about the quality of your orders you get? Like, come on now. Alright, this is the leave it door. What GB? I guess JB's going live tonight. Let's go drop this off. Nice one. $5.50 tip. 1 to 4. Didn't even pull out of the driveway and got our next order, Chick-fil-A. Let's go. So I got woken up 5 o'clock this morning by my little lunatic cat. Anyway, I was looking. My husband's been hinting to this certain thing. I'm not going to say what it is because he watches my videos. But I ended up ordering it for him for Father's Day, so I can't wait to see his face when he gets it. Alright, that's all I picked up. 6 minutes, 1.93 miles to drop off. That's all dropped off. I got our next order. I wasn't able to screenshot it because it came right away. But we're headed to McDonald's. Alright, let's go get this. Oh, it has a hot coffee. Alright. Alright, that's all picked up. Had to bust Don's balls for a little bit. Last time I had a coffee order from here, the coffee went everywhere because they didn't put the lid on. So I was like, is the lid on tight? Anyway, 3 minutes, 1 mile. Going over Acadia. And let's go drop this off. I already texted there saying I'm pulling up now. So. Alright, that's all dropped off. 1 to 2. Alright, I just turned to go this way. And we got an order for surf bagel. 8.1 miles. Let's go do it. Alright, let's go see if it's ready this time. 3 times the charm. Let's go see. Still being worked on. That's all picked up. Couple minute wait. 14 minutes, 7 miles. Alright, let's go drop this off. Alright, oh, it's a $5 tip. 2-7. Well, good morning, Uber. Got our next order, 13 for 10, picking up groceries at Acme. Let's head over there now. Alright, let's go pick up these groceries. Alright, that's all picked up. 15 minutes, 8.6 miles to the drop off. Oh, shut up. Alright, leave at door. Okay. Love that house. Alright, 1 to 3. Alright, we got our next order. McDonald's. Let's go do it. Alright, we got another McDonald's order on Uber for 601 going 1 mile. So we're going to pick that one up too because they're right by each other. Alright, let's go pick up these 2 orders. Alright, there's our both picked up. Waiting for the traffic to get the hell out of the way so I can go. First one is 5 minutes, 1 mile, and the next one is my buddy who meets me outside. We're dropping off the DoorDash first because it's right on the way. Alright, that's dropped off. Let's go drop off the other one. Alright, they're both dropped off. 1 to 5. When the dirty stack pulls off smoothly. Looks like we're headed to McDonald's again. Let's go head over there now. 6 minutes, 1.8 miles. Let's go. That was a $3.25 tip. 1 to 5. Alright, we got our next order, Dunkin'. Let's go do it. Alright, that's all picked up. 7 minutes, 2.444444 miles to the drop off. Let's go drop this off. we have our next order, Metro. It's going right across the street. So, let's get to it. Hopefully it's right. It's only one item. Oh, it's not gonna be right. It's a bristle breakfast. Alright, that's all picked up. 3 minutes, 1 mile. Alright, that's all dropped off. We have our next order. Playable. We're all right here. Let's go pick it up. Alright, that's all right. All picked up. 16 minutes, 8.21 miles to drop off. That's all dropped off. 1 to 4. Alright, looks like we're going to Fiesta Tiapa next. Alright, we're here. We got 5 more minutes before we can pick it up. Alright, that's all picked up. 4 minutes, 1.32 miles to the drop off. Sorry when I got there because I waited until it was time. Alright, this is a leave it door. All dropped off. We have our next order, surf bagel. Let's go over there. Let's go see if it's right. Not right yet. Alright, that's all picked up. I hear fire trucks. 18 minutes, 7 miles. Absolutely not Uber. $9 for 20 miles. No, thank you. That's all dropped off. 1 to 3. Alright, we're going next order. Shotgun ramen and grottos. Looks like it's going to a 3rd floor apartment though. Yay. Let's go do it. Alright, that's all picked up. Let's head to grottos. I'm not looking forward to going up 3 flights of stairs, but whatever. That's all picked up. 5 minutes, 1.23 miles to the drop off. Duckies! Look, baby duckies! Baby geese. Alright, that's all dropped off. 5 minutes, 1.53 miles to the next drop off. And she's one of those ladies. Joy. Here's her messages for directions. Let's go drop this off. Alright, 2-7. Alright, look at our next order. Mango. It's going 1.3 miles. What is up with these short miles? Give me a long mile. They're better. Anyway, let's go mango. Alright, we have an add-on for Chick-fil-A. going there next. Alright, that was a few minute wait. Let's go to Chick-fil-A. They're both going to the same customer. Alright, we're here now. Alright, that's all picked up. 5 minutes, 1.14 miles. Let's go drop these off. Next one's going to 196 too, right? Yep. Nice. Alright, we got our next order. Playable and Bob Evans. Let's go do it. Alright, that one was canceled. 2.9 on DoorDash. Alright, we got our next order. Chipotle. Going 2.7 miles. We're here. Well, we gotta turn around, but it's for one quesadilla. I smell a no tip on this one. Alright. I normally don't do this, but I thought it was for one, but it was for two. Let's run over in Nas Hollow real quick. I took a dirty stack. That wasn't ready, so I got out of there. This one, first one on DoorDash is 8 minutes, 2.36 miles. And it should be on time. Alright, that one's all dropped off. The next one is 21 minutes, 12 miles. 12 miles? Holy shit. That's what happens when you blindly take a, try to do a quick dirty stack and it turns totally wrong. Oh Lord, here we go again. What's around the bend? Trailers. There's the house. Alright, let's go drop this off.
Taylor P says, leave a door, side door.
Alright. As I drop everything. Lord, I heard chickens. But they were caged. Alright. Let's go back to civilization. Of course I get the red screen when I'm like out in the middle of nowhere. this shouldn't be too long. Alright, that was a little wait. And it stinks, this pizza. 11 minutes, 3.67 miles to drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. What the fuck are you looking at? Cheap asses. Anyway, 2 to 10. Alright, look at our next order. I am in a mood now. It's Panera picking up a strawberry banana smoothie, a strawberry smoothie, and 2 kitchen sink cookies. That's it. Let's go pick it up. Alright, that's all picked up. 10 minutes, 4.84 miles to the drop off. Alright, let's go drop this off. Just leave it at the porch. Alright. Alright, legally tipped. 2-5. We got our next door at Chipotle. Let's go do it. Alright, let's go see if these are ready. Alright, that's all picked up. 10 minutes, 2.69 miles to drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. We have our next order. Hong Kong. Going 3 point something miles. Let's go do it. That's all picked up. 7 minutes, 2.6962 miles to the drop off. It's a hand it to me, leave at the door and ring a bell. Okay, let's go drop this off. That's dropped off. We have our next order. Never been so happy to see an 18-mile order. Let's go do it. Now it's been a while since I've been in Philly, but I'm pretty sure they have circles. You should know how to drive it. Jesus Christ. Those that don't know how to drive a circle, once you're in there, you keep going. You don't stop in the middle. Alright, that's all picked up. 28 minutes, 15.74 miles to the drop off. Let's go on an adventure. Alright, let's go drop this off. Leave it door. nothing. 1 to 2. Where'd the sunshine go? Alright, we got our next door. We're back in the zone. Delaware chicken and gyro. Let's go do it. Oh, what the fuck, Mother Nature? Did me dirty. Soaked. Anyway, that's all picked up. Finally. Let me dry off. 16 minutes, 8.32 miles to the drop off. Look at this shit. Kelly, take your storm back. Alright, that's all dropped off. 1 to 2. Ooh, there's peak pay. Alright, we're going next door, Papa John's. Cheese pizza. 2 pizzas. Alright, let's go. We got $2 peak pay till 8 o'clock. Oh my god. It was ready. 7 minutes, 2.13 miles to the drop off. Alright, let's drop this off. Leave it door. Alright, that's all dropped off. We have our next order. Cygnus. Let's go over there. Well, we did beat last week's totals. Alright, that's all picked up. 16 minutes, 7.94 miles to the drop off. That's all dropped off. 1 to 4. Alright, I'm ending it. I've been out for 12 hours. I made $212.92 on DoorDash, and on Uber I made $27.74. So whatever that comes up to, that's how much I made. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm working 11 to 7 tomorrow. Bye time.